everyone, it's Jen Rapinian here, and this is the fifth and final video on how to make sales conversations easy peasy. And I should mention that when I say sales conversations, I'm really talking about cold calls. And these 5 tips are the strategy that I used to build my offline business. And using these tips, I quadrupled our client base within a year. So it's really helpful to go through these if you feel like cold calls are just really yucky and scary. So these are some things you can do to feel more confident. So we went through the first 4, which was basically listening to your customer or potential customer during the greeting and getting on the phone and mirroring their speech and doing that icebreaker by perhaps doing research beforehand. And those were designed to really, break down any tension or nervousness that the other person may be feeling or any apprehension, and really start to feel like you're someone they can trust, someone they're known and familiar with. And then it's about asking questions and really listening to what their needs are and what their desires are, because you're there to help them and really determine whether or not your product or service is a fit for them and if they're a fit for you and what you're doing. So that's, those are 2 great things to do there. It's necessary to really ask the key questions and really do active listening and reflect back to them to clarify and make sure you have understanding. So the last tip is the closing and the follow-up. So now that you've really determined whether or not you have something to offer that's of value to them, just really take that next step and don't be afraid to ask for the sale. And I had a huge, chip on my shoulder about this in the beginning. I loved the conversation, and then I felt really weird asking for the sale. And really, you know what? It's not a bad thing. It took me really some mindset work to realize it's not a bad thing. It's a huge shift because you have something that's going to help them. And it's something that they need and that they've expressed that they needed it. You're not shoving it down their throat. You're not bullshitting them. You're not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes, because that's not the kind of salesperson you are. You're someone in business who has integrity, and you're looking to help people who truly need what you have to offer. So when you've determined that, it's not a bad thing to go ahead and ask for that sale. So usually I will say something like, well, from what we've talked about, it seems like this product or service fits exactly to what you're looking for. Or maybe to be more specific, it sounds like this system will help you to get more leads and sales for your business starting today. So let's get you started and really just go ahead and push forward with that. Because if you ask more questions like, well, do you think that this sounds like a good thing? Do you think you're ready to get started? Then you're leaving the door open for more fear and objections to come into your potential customer. And when you've already had the conversation and determined it's a good match, there's no need to allow that fear to creep in. So, and if they say, no, I don't think it's a good fit, or through the conversation you've realized that it's not a match, it's still a great connection to have. These people that you're talking to are not dollar signs, they're people. And I don't even like saying prospects or leads, even though it's kind of, there's no harm meant by it, but still it has that really impersonal feeling. So treat them as such, that they are people and they're still a valuable connection, and say, well, you know what? I hear that this right now maybe is not the best fit, but what I'd like to do is follow up with you in 3 months and go ahead, because things can change and you never know. Your whole business model, your needs may change. I'd love to just, have a quick conversation with you. How does, December 25th sound? Oh wait, that's Christmas. How does December 10th sound? I guess I got Christmas on the brain, it's coming. And really schedule that time to follow up, and don't be afraid to ask for the referral. So, in the meantime, if you know someone, now that you know what I have to offer, what my product and service is, if you know of someone who's looking to get more leads and sales into their business, doing this all online, and this would really help them, if please pass my name along, pass my website along. I'd really appreciate it. And just go ahead and have that conversation. And by the way, follow up even when it is a fit. So when you get that person started, you make sure that, again, these are people, not dollar signs. So you welcome them to your team. You know that they're part of a community, because that's what people also are looking for, is to belong somewhere. So say, let's get you started. Sounds like this is a great fit. It sounds like this will allow you to get leads into your business starting today online. And that's what you wanted, is to do this from home. So why don't we go ahead and get you started? And then I'll go ahead and introduce you to our Facebook group, our community, and welcome you to the team. And then we can have a follow-up conversation in a couple of days after you've had a chance to look at the Fast Start training and see how things are coming along. So really give the person, either way, whether or not they choose to work with you, the confidence that you respect them, you appreciate them, you appreciate their time, and that you'll be there for them in the future. So that's the 5th tip for today. I hope you found that helpful. Feel free to share or comment if you have any questions, or you want to, really ask me any questions about this, about the 5 tips. And jump on my newsletter for more training and inspiration, successwithjendavis.com. And I will see you guys on the next video.